Hello and Minglaba, I am Henry Zin. Welcome to Myanmar Today, and this is where we take a look at what's happening in Myanmar. Today we have reports from our reporters Akajo on how very few people in Myanmar are aware of their right to information. Willinson got the story on tackling erosion on the Gulf of Mottama. Next report is also by Willinson, who will give us the detailed report on fish farming and global market. And last but not least, Thodas Wizin has the story on preparation season for wedding in Myanmar. Before we get to the reports, let's have a quick look at the latest local news from around Myanmar. State Councillor and Union Minister for Foreign Affairs, Daw Aung San Suu Kyi, received Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany, Dorothy Janesk-Wenzel, who has nearly completed her tour of duty in Myanmar on Tuesday at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Naypyidaw. During the meeting, they cordially exchanged views on matters pertaining to the promotion of bilateral relations and cooperation between Myanmar and Germany, particularly in education, culture and trade sectors. Deputy Commander-in-Chief of Defence Services, Commander-in-Chief of Army, Vice Senior General So Win received Special Envoy for Asian Affairs of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China, Sun Guoxiang, at the parlour of Bayenau Villa in Naypyidaw on Tuesday. At the meeting, they discussed matters on efforts for peace and ceasefire during the second period of the unilateral ceasefire of the Thermidor and signing the nationwide ceasefire agreement (NCA) with ethnic armed organizations which have not yet signed the NCA. Furthermore, Vice Senior General So Win received Dr. Julian Thomas Hortinger, Senior Mediator of the Federal Department of Foreign Affairs of Switzerland, in the afternoon, where they exchanged views on peacemaking efforts of the Thermidor, according to the Office of the Commander-in-Chief of Defence Services. Refresher course of the law officers of the Office of the Union Attorney General concluded Tuesday in Naypyidaw. Speaking at the event, Union Attorney General U Tun Tun U urged the law officers to carry out their duties in accordance with the Union Attorney General law and bylaws, as prosecution and court procedures are very important for the rule of law and judiciary sector. The UAG said to develop the fair judiciary system, the rights of plaintiffs and defendants are to be ensured in accordance with laws. He also urged the law officers to have right concept and morality while avoiding bribery and observing the code of ethics of the civil servants. And that's all with the local news. You're still with me on MIRadio's Myanmar Today. And I believe it's time now for our first report. The workshop on the right to information and media information literacy took place at CT Hotel on Tuesday. CSOs, media responsible persons from Myanmar Press Council, Internews and Open Myanmar Initiative joined the workshop. Algajo has the details.
Experts commented that very few people in Myanmar are aware of their right to information. That was said at a workshop on the right to information and media information literacy. The workshop took place at City Hotel on Tuesday, where CSOs, media, responsible persons from Myanmar Press Council, Internews and Open Myanmar Initiative gathered. Myinjaw, Joint Secretary 1, Myanmar Press Council.
The media လက်ရှိမှာတော့သတင်းမီဒီယာဥပဒေပဲရှိတယ်သတင်းမီဒီယာဥပဒေမှာအဲ့ရပိုင်ခွင့်အခန်းတွေရှိတယ်သတင်းချက်လက်ရပိုင်ခွင့်တောင်းခံပိုင်ခွင့်အခန်းတွေရှိတယ်သို့တော်လည်းလက်တွေ့မှာတော့ကျင့်သုံးတဲ့ပိုင်းမှာတော့သက်ဆိုင်တဲ့အဖွဲ့အစည်းတွေဘက်ကဒီဟာအပေါ်မှာလိုက်နာမှုတုံ့ပြန်မှုအားနည်းနေသေးတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဆိုလိုချင်တာတော့အားချင်းချက်ချင်းအတည်ပြုပေးရမယ်သတင်းချက်လက်မျိုးဆို24နိုင်အတွင်း48နိုင်အတွင်းနောက်တစ်ခုကတော့သတင်းချက်လက်နောက်ခံချက်လက်သတင်းချက်လက်ဆိုတာ data လိုဟာမျိုးဆိုရင်တော့ရုံးဖွင့်ရဲ့15ရက်ပေါ့နော်လှုပ်ရဲ့15ရက်အတွင်းဆိုတဲ့ဟာမျိုးတွေရှိတယ်ဒီဟာနဲ့ပတ်သက်လို့သတင်းမီဒီယာသမားတွေပေါ့လေအထူးသဖြင့်တော့သတင်းမီဒီယာသမားတွေကဒါနဲ့ပတ်သက်လို့တောင်းခံတဲ့အခါမှာအခုချိန်ထိတော့အောင်မြင်တဲ့ဟာမျိုးကတော်တော်လေးနည်းသေးတယ်We
currently have the media law only, which highlights the access to information and right to information. But in terms of practice, the organizations are pretty weak in putting them into practice. For example, some urgent information needs to be confirmed in 24 through 48 hours, and the data information needs to be confirmed or responded in 15 days. The organizations are to respond to media queries that way and the exercise of those rights in the law is inadequate for the time being. Of course, they respond to media interviews and formal occasions, but mostly when it comes to asking the access to information, which is perhaps supposed to be open to public, some information are they need to open to public, and they are not very sure and firm with the response and the impact of responding to those queries. It is claimed that proper practice of the right to information will help prevent the potential corruption cases or reduce the corruption. Preparation of the right to information draft law has been ongoing since U Thein Sein's government period, and the draft law is delayed and has not reached to လွှတ်တော် yet.
Right to information ဥပဒေချမ်းပေါ့နော်ဥပဒေချမ်းအတွက်ပြီးခဲ့တဲ့ဦးသိန်းစိန်ဆိုလက်ထက်ကလေးကပြင်ဆင်နေကြတာရှိပါတယ်ဒီလွှတ်တော်တချို့သောကော်မတီတွေနဲ့နောက်သက်ဆိုင်တဲ့ဝန်ကြီးဌာနတွေရဲ့နောက်ခါရပ်ဘက်ဖွဲ့စည်းတွေပေါ့သို့တော့အခုချိန်ထိတော့ဒီလွှတ်တော်ကိုတင်တဲ့ဥပဒေချမ်းဖြစ်နေတော့မရောက်မလာသေးဘူးပေါ့နော်လက်တလုံးမှာတော့ဘယ်လိုခေါ်မလဲကြမ်းကြနေတဲ့သဘောဟိုရင်းဖြစ်နေတဲ့သဘောတော့ရှိတယ်သို့တော်လည်းတစ်ဖက်မှာတော့ဒီရပ်ဘက်ဖွဲ့စည်းတွေတို့ဒီ
Some committees from the law and CSOs in concerned ministry are working on the right to information law. However, it is slow and it's taking time, and the draft law has not yet been submitted to Ludo. And so on the other hand, CSOs and international organizations are raising awareness on their reach on the important points of the draft law to the public. Go Yeto, Executive Director of Myanmar Institute for Democracy.
ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီဘက်နောက်ပိုင်းမှာဒီမြန်မာနိုင်ငံပေါ့နော်ဒီလွတ်လပ်ပွင့်လင်းလာခြင်းနဲ့အတူကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒီ freedom for expression တို့ right to information တို့အခမ်းအနားလည်းရန်ရေးကြည့်လာတယ်လေကျွန်တော်ဒီမိုစီကုပြောင်းရေးဖြစ်စင်မှာဒါနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကအခုကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီမီဒီယာအပိုင်းကိုလည်းကျွန်တော်တို့ကြည့်တယ်တစ်ဖက်ကဒီမီဒီယာ user ပေါ့စားသုံးတဲ့သူတွေကိုလည်းကြည့်တဲ့အခါမှာပြည်သူ့ကြေခါမှာဒီသတင်းအချက်လက်ရယူပိုင်ခွင့်တို့ဒီ freedom for expression နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ဟိုပေါ့ဒီအနည်းငယ်ဟိုပေါ့နော်ဒီ misunderstand ဖြစ်တာမျိုးတွေကျွန်တော်တို့နည်းနည်းတွေ့ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်တွေ့ရတဲ့အခါကျတော့ဒီ right to information နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီမှာ
With the country opening up, the role of right to information and freedom of expression has been increasingly important in the democratic transition. So when we look at media and media users, there is a bit of misconception as to the right to information and freedom of expression. So we are having a workshop here to promote the right to information and the media literacy. The insights from the workshop will be disseminated to the general public with a particular focus on educating the youths on the consumption of news on social media. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on how very few people in Myanmar are aware of their right to information. We'll be taking a look at the stocks and currency exchange rates in Yangon in a while, but let's check on weather updates now in the three major cities in Myanmar. In Yangon, it's 32 degrees Celsius. It'll be cloudy, but it feels like 37 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature is expected to be 32 degrees Celsius, but we're looking at the lowest temperature of 26. 48% chance of rain is expected. In Naypyidaw, it's 31 degrees Celsius and it'll be cloudy, but it feels like 37 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature is expected to be 32 degrees Celsius, and we're looking at the lowest temperature of 24 degrees Celsius. 34% chance of rain for the day. In Mandalay, 35 degrees Celsius and it's cloudy, but it feels like 40 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature is expected to be 35 degrees Celsius. We're looking at the lowest temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. 14% chance of rain for the day. Before we move on to stocks and currency exchange rates, let's take a look at the second report for today. Due to riverbank erosion in the Bagur region and Mon state, several villages had to be relocated in the past few years. The Gulf of Mottama has one of the most complicated riverbank erosions, which makes the locals along the Gulf of Mottama move from place to place frequently. A documentary film on the erosion of riverbank was premiered on Monday at House of Orchid in Yangon. The event aimed to educate the public about erosion and also raise the voice of the locals along the riverbank so that they may be heard by both the government and non-governmental organizations, Willinson reports.
2013, coastal erosion in Kawa and Tandabin townships in the eastern part of Bugu region has claimed tens of thousands of acres of farmlands and more than 12 villages had to be relocated. Over 10,000 people were internally displaced without having sufficient support from the government or international aid. There currently is a lack of knowledge and accessible information on the effects of erosion, which creates uncertainty for local government and communities. The internally displaced populations face many hardships and socio-economic difficulties in the settled areas. A documentary film on the Gulf of Mottama erosion launching event was held on 24th of June 2019 at House of Orchid Hotel in Yangon. Speaking to the media on why this documentary is premiere, now let's hear from Ko Tan Thai Ong, the project manager of Gulf of Mottama project.
So ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီနေ့ပွဲမှာပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီမှာရှိတဲ့အဲ့ကမ်းပြိုတဲ့ဒေသမှာရှိပြည်သူတွေနောက်ပြီးတော့အဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ဒေသရေးအစီအစဉ်မှာတွေ့ရှိခဲ့တဲ့
The main target for today is we want to tell to the people about the victims of riverbank erosion along the Gulf of Mottama, and we want to tell to the public about the research work regarding the erosion so that the people are educated about riverbank erosion. Through today's event, we hope to reach out to import our research work to both the government and non-governmental organizations so that we will know how to handle this erosion issue and know what we can do about it and what kind of support we can provide to the locals.
နိုင်ငံတကာအဖွဲ့အစည်းတွေကလည်းဘယ်နေရာပူးပေါင်းဆောင်ရွက်နိုင်မလဲဆိုတဲ့ဟာကိုသိနိုင်အောင်ဆိုတဲ့ရည်ရွယ်ချက်နဲ့ကျွန်တော်ဒါလေးကိုအခမ်းအနားကိုကျင်းပခြင်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်
To clearly understand the devastation, the Gulf of Mottama project contracted a renowned expert in coastal morphology to research and document these natural changes. The phenomenon of these natural changes has nothing to do with climate change or man-made disasters. This effect is caused by nature itself when the tidal channel shifts from Bugu region to Moon State and vice versa. As a result, the land is taken away in one place and deposited in another place. Due to riverbanks erosion in the Gulf of Mamau village, which was located on the side of Bugu region, this village had been vanished completely. According to one of the villagers from Bugu region who attended the event said his village has been relocated 3 times in the last 40 years to avoid washing away by the erosion. Like Mamau village, several other villages have been relocated many times, and this brings chaos to the socio-economic situation of the locals in the area. Speaking on how she and her whole village moved from one place to another, MIRadio Tun, a local from Sapyusu village in Bugu region said,
မတို့ဟိုပေါ့2015ပေါ့နော်2016ကနေပြီးတော့အမတို့ပင်လယ်ပြိုပြီးတော့မှလေဟိုဝဲပတန်တိုးများမှာအမတို့နေရတယ်ပြီးတော့ခုပေါ့2019ကြာမှာလေကိုပိုင်ငွေလေးတွေနဲ့မှလေအိမ်ချက်မြေဝယ်ပြီးတော့မှအိုးအိမ်ဆောက်ပြီးနေရတယ်ပေါ့နော်လဲရမြေပြည့်စည်ဆုံးရှုံးရတယ်ပြီးတဲ့ခါကျတော့လဲရမြေလှုပ်ရှားစရာမရှိတဲ့အခါကျတော့ဒေသခံပြည်သူတွေကလည်းလှုပ်
The erosion of riverbank began from the year 2016. Since then, we had to move to another village. This year only we are able to buy land and have our own place to stay. We lost our farmland, so we have no land to do cultivation, and our area doesn't have much job opportunity. Therefore, we rent the farmland and rear livestock. This is how we earn livelihood for the family.
အဲ့ဒီခုရက်လက်ရှိနေတယ်ပေါ့တူများရဲ့အစ်တောင်မှာပေါ့ဟိုရွာလေးပေါ့တည်လိုက်တာပေါ့ရွာတစ်လေးတည်ပြီးတော့မှနေကြတယ်ပေါ့နော်
Though MIRadio Tun and her whole village have moved to another village, they are still struggling to get clean water. But wells arranged by an organization and the government are currently available, but the water from these wells are not clean enough for drinking. So the local have to buy water for drinking by themselves. This is Williamson reporting for MIRadio.
That's a report on tackling erosion on the Gulf of Mottama. Alright, let's now check on currency rates from Myanmar Central Bank. $1 is at 1,515 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 220 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,725 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,934 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,119 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 365 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 49 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 21 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,407. Silver is at $15 and Brent crude oil is at $58. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is at 12,000. MTSH is at 3,450. MCB is at 7,900. FPB is down 500 at 24,000. TMH is down 50 at 3,000. And that's all on currency rates and Yangon Stock Exchange for today. This is Myanmar Today, broadcasting live from Myanmar International Radio. You can visit our website at MIRadio.com.mm and listen to our radio programs live on the website. Great music, great shows, keeping you entertained. And if you're on FM, catch us on 96.1 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Or better yet, download MIRadio app on both iOS and Android devices, so MIRadio is with you wherever you go. Moving on to third report. With the coming of international projects in fish farming sector, fishery industries in Myanmar are set to attract more firms globally and increase their products. Myanmar is yet to export the fishery products at the same level with neighboring countries, but it is growing fast. According to the statement released by Myanmar Fisheries Federation, Myanmar will soon accelerate its export on fishery products to the global market and be able to export fishery worth $1 to $2 billion in a year. Williamson has the story.
For the development of the fishery industry in Myanmar, Myanmar Fisheries Federation is gearing up to reach out to other international fishery industry to work together. According to the report from Myanmar Fisheries Federation, the Federation is working hard to attract the international fishery farms for the exchanging of ideas and new methods in fish farming. Under Myanmar Fisheries Federation, there are several associations which are all related to fishery industry and products. Currently, there are 18 fishery projects by foreign companies in Myanmar. With the coming of foreign investment, the fishery industry in Myanmar is expected to grow rapidly. The 11th regular meeting by Myanmar Fisheries Federation was held on 25th of June 2019 at Myanmar Fisheries Federation building in Insane, Yangon. Speaking in the meeting, Dr. Ton Nandatin, the Vice Chairman of Myanmar Fisheries Federation, said Myanmar Fisheries Federation is expecting to hit $2 billion worth of export by fishery products in a few years' time. Speaking on fishery market in China, Dr. Ton Nandatin, the Vice Chairman of Myanmar Fisheries Federation, said,
nowadays ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့ခုနပြောသလိုဗနာမီတို့အဲ့ဒါအခုတရုတ်ကိုသာပို့နိုင်မယ်ဆိုရင်ဗနာမီကလောက်ထားတရုတ်ရဲ့ market အတွက်လောက်ထားတဲ့ဗနာမီတွေလည်းရှိတယ်ဗနာမီဆိုပစုံဖြူပေါ့အခုလိုမျိုးအခက်အခဲရှိနေတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်အဲ့ဒါမပို့နိုင်သေးဘူးပေါ့နော်ဒါပေမဲ့
There is a separate Vietnamese for export to China. As we have shortage of products from Myanmar, we are not able to export the products to China. But once the market is open, I think there will be a huge number of export of products. We have a very big market in China for the Vietnamese and Pangasius, as China has around 1.3 billion population. Even though we have not completed the factory, we've already got around 1,000 container orders from China for Vietnamese and Pangasius. By 2020, the factory will start to produce the products, so by 2020, we will be able to export large amount of products to China.
သူတို့ဘက်ကအဲ့ဒါဒီဘက်ကိုဒါစက်ဝင်တော့မပြီးသေးတော့ညာလဲတော့ container ထောင်နဲ့ချီပြီးတော့မှာလာပြီဗျာ
The by Myanmar Fishery Federation stated that Myanmar have a global market of over 50 countries and export fishery products worth of over $700 million in a year. But Myanmar is still lagging behind other neighboring countries. Vietnam fishery products export is worth of around $10 billion a year, as it has a global market in over 145 countries in the world. But the fishery product export is still to cross over $1 billion in Myanmar. For the development of the industry, the Federation is also working on collaborating with the fishery industry from China, as China is one of the biggest consumers of the fishery products from Myanmar and have advanced technology in fish farming. Speaking on why Pangasius has the best potential for the export in global market, once again let's hear from Dr. Tonanda Din.
ဒါဒီမွေးရအရန်လွယ်ပါတယ်၄လလောက်ဆိုရင်ခုန 1kg ဖြစ်အောင်မွေးနိုင်တယ် FCR လည်းအရန်ကောင်းပါတယ်ကျော် 1.1.2 ပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့ FCR လည်းအရန်တက်တာတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်သူဒီခဏလေးနဲ့ကြီးထွားမယ်ဟာလားခုနမြန်လဲမွေးလို့ရတယ်
500 tons of fishery products which will be produced by a factory in a day, and that 500 tons of product cannot be sold in the local market. As Pangasius has potential for international market, I'd like to request to the people who run fish farm to try to rear Pangasius, because Pangasius is easy to rear. Pangasius can weigh up to 1 kg within 4 months, and rearing Pangasius is not expensive. It will grow fast, but all we need to do is we need to be precautious about Pangasius market in Myanmar before we start rearing Pangasius. Pangasius is the most demanded and exported the most to the international market. As China has a bigger number of consumers in the country, the amount of fish purchased by China is also huge. Therefore, China is one of the most important fishing markets for fish farming industry in Myanmar. As China is very cautious and preventive about food security or food safety, the fishery farms in Myanmar must export the products which are up to the level of products quality of China. This is Wun Linson reporting for MIRadio.
That's a report on fish farming and global market. Well, don't go anywhere just yet, because we still got one last report for you on preparation season for wedding in Myanmar. This is a report for all those getting ready for marriage, how the bride-to-bes and groom-to-bes prepared for their wedding and the trends of wedding styles in Myanmar. Dora Suzin has the story.
Hello guys, this is your reporter Dora Zin from MIRadio. Now I'm reporting you about how bride-to-bes and groom-to-bes prepare for their wedding. It is Myanmar tradition that the brides and grooms celebrate their weddings starting from the full moon of the Dainju. It is around September or October, so the couples have started the arrangement for their wedding starting from June or July. Wedding is the significant and important event of people's lives. The wedding trends are various, and people are creating their wedding in their own styles to make it unique. Magazine Minkai, managing director of Eternity Plus Media and Communication, said,
every single wedding couple have different inspiration. They may choose, 1940s or 1950s. Somebody want to choose, Disney themes, and somebody prefer contemporary themes. So it depends on them. Wedding market is booming unexpectedly, amazingly booming. And the trend will be somebody is going to the retro, back to retro, and somebody is going to, something like classics, somebody going for very modern. Some prefer very rare, very classics.
Nowadays, the couples want their wedding more creative and impressive. From the invitation letters to the wedding dresses, there are more advanced and creative designs available at many wedding services. Arrangements for wedding are also different depending on the individual. Some couples who can spare time prefer to arrange on their own by choosing the single items from respected services. On the other side, for those who are busy or who want their weddings well organized by professional planners, they are searching for wedding planning services, which becomes popular nowadays in Myanmar wedding markets. Go Sing-Lin, Managing Director of Erosion Wedding Studio said.
ဒီနှစ်ပိုင်းပေါ့နော်ပြီးခဲ့တဲ့နှစ်နဲ့ဒီနှစ်မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့လိုမျိုး wedding planner တွေကိုအပ်တာပိုများလာပါတယ်အဲ့အရင်လွန်ခဲ့တဲ့3နှစ်အရှေ့ပိုင်းမှာဆိုရင်တော့သူတို့သမီးတော်တော်များများကကိုယ့်ကိုယ်တစ်ခုချင်းစီလိုက်ပြီးစီစဉ်တာများ
In the previous year and this year, most of the couples organized the wedding with the planners. 3 or 4 years ago, the couples usually arranged on their own, taking note of every single necessity. The higher demands by the clients, the more services the wedding planners provide. According to Go Sing-Lin, back in 10 years, when wedding planning service is not quite common, the wedding planners just served as agents between the clients and the respective shops for necessary items. However, today's wedding planners provide the packages, which include the one-stop services till the end of the wedding, which makes the couples more convenient. One of the trends in the wedding market is the floral decoration.
အခုဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဘုန်းကြီးကျောင်းမှာစောင်းလဲပန်းတွေကိုတခင်းလုံးပြအောင်ဆင်ပြီးတော့စောင်းကြတယ်ဟိုတယ်တွေမှာစောင်းရင်လည်းပန်းကင်းကြီးထဲမှာစောင်းတယ်လို့မျိုးစောင်းလာကြတာကိုတွေ့ရပါဘောเนาะအဲ့တော့ဒီပန်း decoration ကလည်းကျွန်တော်စီမှာအရန်လောက်ရပါတယ်
Nowadays, whether the wedding is held at the monastery or hotel, people prefer to decorate with flowers like a flower bed. The floral decoration is highly demanded. Well, as you can see in the social media, the couples usually take the pre-wedding photo shootings. From the indoor shooting in the previous years, the couples go for the outdoor settings and explore the different places and take unique and perfect photos. That's all about how the couples prepare for their wedding. This is your reporter DJ Zin from MIRadio.
And that's all the reports we have for today. Now let's explore a little more around the world to see if there's anything strange or interesting happening in the world. A Japanese rail operator said the cause of a power failure that led to delays for 12,000 passengers was identified as a tiny slug. Rail operator J.R. Kitachushu said an investigation into the May 30th outage in Japan's southern Kyushu region, which caused delays for about 12,000 passengers and led to 26 trains being cancelled for the day, determined the cause was a slug that found its way into some sensitive equipment. Officials said the slug came into contact with the electrical cable, burning the mollusk and causing the power to fail. A spokesman said the slug had squeezed through a gap in what was supposed to be a secure box. A young girl ended up stuck inside a claw machine in China when she crawled inside to try to get a stuffed Pikachu doll. A video filmed at the Huixing Commercial Center in Dongguan, Guangdong Province, shows the 3-year-old girl trapped inside the machine with the Pokemon toys while a man calls for help. Police responded to the scene and worked to comfort the toddler while a key for the machine was obtained. A commercial center employee was eventually able to find the key and open the machine, freeing the girl. How in the first place did this toddler get stuck in the claw machine, and where were her parents? Sometimes you just can't help but wonder how people can be so negligent. I mean, it's a kid stuck in a claw machine in an arcade. Some mystery to be solved, eh? That's all with the news and reports on Myanmar Today. You can leave your comments and messages on our Facebook posts and catch Myanmar Today on radio from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., 1 to 1:30 p.m. and from 7:30 to 8 in the evening, Monday to Friday. Thank you for being with us on MIRadio's Myanmar Today. I am Henry Zin. We'll be right back tomorrow. Have a great day.